This is GadgetStop321. In today's video, I'm taking a look at my current journaling setup. I'm going to pay particular attention to the two pens I have inked up and the paper and how they work together. Ideally, I like to have two pens inked up at a time. I always like to have a fine nib inked up with like a work appropriate or a more professional ink. And in this case, I've got my Sailor Pro Gear Slim fine nib. It's inked up with just the black ink cartridge that came with it. I don't use black a lot. The only black ink I own is the black ink cartridges that come with pens. So I'm trying to use some of those up. Usually I like a really dark blue. And my second pen I like to have inked up. I like it to have a wider nib on it. Now I don't own any broad nibs. I own some mediums and a couple of stub nibs. And that's what I have in my Pilot Prera, the 1.0 stub. Sometimes you'll see it labeled as a cursive medium. And I've got it inked up with Lamy Dark Lilac. And when school's in session, I like to keep it inked up with something even more vibrant than that. The broader nib is the one that I keep my more colorful inks in. Now, the paper I'm using for my journal, I just started the 2019 Hobonichi Techo, the second half of the Avec. It's the second half of the year. It's just a nice, thin, manageable size. It's A6. It's just slightly bigger than my palm. That's just a nice size for journaling and for maybe note-taking if you're trying to learn something new on your own, maybe learning a new language or, just anything like that. This is a good size. The thing I like about using this for taking notes, actually my journal, I'm using it for Bible study, so it's kind of a combination between taking notes and journaling. The good thing about using a Hobonichi or something similar for this is that your dates kind of act as your page numbers, and then your monthly calendar makes a nice index. Now, the reason I like to have two different size nibs is my wider nib I like to use as headings, or if I'm writing a quote, I like to use the broader broader nib. It really makes it pop, and it just helps to break up your information into little chunks. We used to use that term in education a lot, chunking, breaking it up into bite-sized bits. It makes it easier to go back and reflect on what you've written. That makes your journaling and note-taking even more useful. I had one little section to write here to finish up my notes for the day, so I thought that would make a nice writing sample. So let me get to the page I'm on. Both of these pens, I've just really been enjoying using them. They're both just so pleasant to use, and if you find a pen and paper combo that you just love using, that's just that much more motivation to get in there and journal or to take notes and interact with what you're doing. Alright, let's see. I'm going to start out with the cursive stub, or the cursive medium, 1.0 stub. Yeah, that's just so smooth and pleasant to use. All right, and then I'm going to do the reference with my fine nib. All right, and that's just a look at how you can use 2 pens, or maybe you want to use 3 pens. Have another pen for putting in little notes, or for highlighting or circling things or drawing attention to stuff. I've thought about that also. And it's just a fun little setup. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel.